So we got Green Bay going up against Atlanta. One team just fired their head coach. The other team probably should follow suit. Now, at this point in the season, I talk about coaching a lot because, well, it's the time of year that people start thinking about whether or not they're going to keep their jobs. We've already seen some firings this season, and with the axe dropping on Mike McCarthy, I'm pretty sure some other names are going to fall. Quinn just hasn't done enough. He's got an extremely talented offensive side of the ball. And he's a defensive-minded head coach, as attested by his years in Seattle beforehand. He should have been able to do something with the defensive talent he has in order to keep things balanced enough to usher that team into very consistent playoff contention when you have the talent that they have on the offensive side of the ball in Matt Ryan and Julio Jones and Freeman and Coleman. And now they have got Calvin Ridley. You can blame the offensive line injuries all you want, but plenty of teams with good quarterbacks and shaky offensive lines have done really, really well just by upping the tempo of the offense and keeping the defense off balance enough to slow down their pass rush. So that's a really poor excuse. And I understand they lost Freeman too. I get it. But they got Coleman to back him up. They've got talent in droves on that side of the ball. And that combined with good defense provided by good scheme should have been enough, and it just wasn't. So, yeah. I actually think Green Bay is going to win this one because there is a natural boost when you have a veteran quarterback who wanted his coach gone for a while now, and he finally gets his way. Joe Philbin is a lame duck. The coach of this team right now is Aaron Rodgers. It's his offense, and he's going to run it exactly the way he wants to. And there will be a toes to the fire kind of feeling for everybody in the building. Everybody's playing for their jobs now. Everybody's playing for job security and contracts with other teams. So there's a desperation in that locker room that simply isn't there in Atlanta. Atlanta hasn't really been able to make a strong push this season, and they should have been able to. So, yeah. I think with Philbin at the helm, Rodgers is going to take over and beat the crap out of Atlanta because Atlanta just doesn't have that innate desire to do anything better than what they've been doing. And they need a serious shakeup in that locker room and in that front office in order to send the message that that won't be accepted anymore. They're going to miss the playoffs again, and with this roster, they really shouldn't. So they got some thinking to do in Atlanta. I think they need a new coach, and they need to shake up the roster. Some of the offensive players probably need to be moved around in order to get better on the defensive side of the ball. You'd like to see most of that offense stick together, but financially it just won't work out. So I hope there's some change on the horizon for you, Atlanta. You deserve better. And hey, Green Bay, you just had some major change. Do something with it. I do think you're going to get a win this week. That's not going to be enough to get you in the playoffs, but hopefully you build some momentum in the offseason to do something better next year.